Great news, $1,400 checks going out only to Social Security recipients. That is the latest proposal that's coming out. They're called compensation payments, recovery payments, catch-up payments, a lot of different words. Basically a stimulus check, but only for Social Security recipients. We're going to go over this article right here, how this proposed one-time $1,400 payment is just going out to Social Security recipients, also known as a recovery payment. So I'm going to go over the exact details, who qualifies, when it could go out. I'll give you some other important details about that, show you a video clip about Social Security, and give you some other important updates. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So, Senior Advocacy Group proposes one-time catch-up payment for Social Security. Another article right here, headline, proposed one-time Social Security recovery payment of $1,400. What would it be to you to get a $1,400 check just for being a Social Security recipient? Because as we know, everybody on Social Security is struggling financially. It is not enough, and it's insulting to get a measly 2.6% COLA increase, which gets eaten up by Medicare Part B premiums anyway. So let's get into this, because extra money for Social Security should be a given. This is coming from the Senior Citizens League, and it is going viral. So basically, they are urging the Social Security Administration to consider a one-time recovery payment of $1,400 to help retirees make ends meet as inflation continues to bite. So they're calling it a compensation payment. Go by a few different names here, meant to supplement, not replace, next year's annual cost of living adjustment. So I think we could all agree the COLA is really low, doesn't cover anything, so why not just an extra $1,400 across the board for everybody on Social Security? That's what this is proposing. So latest projection for COLA, 2.6%. It's higher than this year's 2.5%. So we're not sure where it's going to be. It's not going to be official until October, but probably around 2.6%. So latest survey found that nearly 2,000 Social Security recipients spend more than $1,000 a month on health care alone. An overwhelming 96% of respondents said they believe Social Security should base COLA on a different index. For example, the CPIE instead of the CPIW. I've gone over that a few different times in a few different videos. I won't get into it here. But basically, the proposal also comes at a time when data collection methods for price indexes have changed. Earlier this year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics stopped collecting data in 3 U.S. cities and reduced efforts in about 15% of its other surveyed metropolitan areas. So basically, what it's saying is the payment, how the payment will work. Let's talk about that. The Senior Citizens League has suggested following examples, like in 2009 during the Great Recession, eligible Social Security and supplemental and SSI recipients received $250 recovery payment. Similarly, for the stimulus checks, it would be something like that as well. So they're requesting a $1,400 check to be delivered in the same manner by direct deposit or by mail if you meet the requirements, although there is not much information available. So basically, it's not saying the exact qualifications, kind of like the stimulus checks where it's saying under $75,000. Basically, it's saying for all retirees on Social Security. It's not saying SSI or SSDI. I just want to make that clear in this proposal. But it is saying for all retirees on Social Security, an extra $1,400. So I'm going to keep you updated on this as we get more information as it's coming out. It was just kind of an announcement, went viral. Wanted to let you know about that. Do you agree, disagree? Should it be higher than $1,400, lower? I doubt it should be lower, but do you think it should be higher? Let me know it down in the comments below. Next up, here is the latest Social Security news coming from CBS.
However the economic winds are blowing, for some 90 years, Social Security has been a vital financial safety net for older Americans. Now, as David Pogue tells us, many people are wondering just how safe that safety net is.
Social Security recipients are dealing with an unbelievable amount of chaos.
Social Security has been getting a lot of attention lately, and not the good kind.
We paid it in, and now we want to take it out and live with dignity.
The Social Security Administration was already at its smallest size in 50 years when earlier this year, Elon Musk's Doge team cut another 14% of its employees, 7,000 people.
The chainsaw for bureaucracy.
Frank Bisignano is President Trump's new Social Security Commissioner. In an interview with CBS Evening News last spring, he insisted that the cuts won't affect people's ability to collect their benefits.
We're bringing a massive technology effort to transform the servicing agenda. We're going to bring AI into the phone system. I intend it to be completed this year.
I'm getting calls now all the time from people that can't get through on the telephone, from people that can't get appointments in the field offices. And it will, in some cases, delay benefits. This is a very tough thing for millions of Americans.
Michael Astrew was the commissioner of the Social Security Administration under George W. Bush and Barack Obama. He takes particular issue with something Musk often said about Social Security before he left the government in May. Elon Musk keeps saying that hundreds of millions of dollars are going to illegal immigrants.
He's just lying. And that's one of the most ridiculous things I've heard anyone say in Washington. He's got it exactly backwards. So they pay in, but they don't collect.
In fact, what experts worry about is not fraud, which the agency itself estimates is below 1/100% of payouts. It's the Social Security time bomb.
This Social Security measure gives at least some protection to 30 million of our citizens.
President Franklin Roosevelt created the program in 1935 during the Great Depression as a safety net to help keep Americans out of poverty. The idea was that the government would take a small piece out of every worker's paycheck and pay it to people reaching retirement age. Today, those checks average about $2,000 a month, and they're the primary source of income for 40% of older Americans.
If Social Security were not here, you'd have about 22 million Americans who would be considered poor under the federal standards.
For years, this all worked pretty well. Social Security became America's biggest government program. Today, it pays $1.6 trillion in retirement, disability, and survivor benefits to 73 million Americans. But when World War II ended, there was a shock to the system.
Post-war America, with a building boom and a baby boom.
And all those baby boomer babies got older. Now, there are a lot more people getting money from the system and a lot fewer people paying in. And we started living longer. In FDR's day, the average age of death in America was 63 years old. Today, it's 77. That's 14 years more payments per person.
You will hear a lot of people saying there will be no Social Security for you. And that's, in all likelihood, not true. So if Congress does nothing, they'll get about 80% of what they get now. And that will be a significant hit for a lot of Americans.
That hit is expected to arrive in 2033. That's 8 years from now. We've seen this moment coming for years. All kinds of solutions have been kicked around. We could increase the tax a little. We could shrink the payments a little. We could delay the retirement age, which is now defined as 62. Or, if you're a high earner, today you're taxed on only the first portion of your income. So, we could tax more of your income by raising that cap, or eliminating it altogether. Finally, we could invest your Social Security contributions in the stock market instead of Treasury bills. But that's really risky. A market crash could wipe the whole thing out overnight. Astrew expects it'll be some combination of those ideas.
The likelihood is that Congress will panic right toward the deadline. There will be some cuts in benefits, and there'll be some increase in taxation.
In the meantime, Astrew worries about the more immediate problem, the indiscriminate cuts.
The way they're doing it, which is just meat-axe cuts that are fairly random, is not the way. It's actually going to impair the agency's ability to make productive changes.
And to be clear, you are a Republican?
I am. I voted for President Trump. So I'm all for change, but I'm all for intelligent change. And the people who are trying to drive this change don't understand the system. I don't think they care.
And that is all the news that I have for today to hopefully cheer you up a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, it's Bella tip of the day. I want to tell you the one thing that you should do. Do the things that scare you the most, because after you do that, you become a better person. Bye.
Higher monthly Social Security payments. That's what you could get. I'll give you more information on that in this video over here. So click that video now, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.